Hi, I'm Dave Jones with Storm Center Communications and GeoCollaborate. It's Friday afternoon, June 3rd, and we still have a potential tropical cyclone. PTC number 1 is spinning in the southern Gulf of Mexico off of the Yucatan Peninsula, right in the channel there. As a matter of fact, hurricane reconnaissance planes from the U.S. Air Force have not found a closed circulation center. They have found pockets of winds, 35 knots or about 40 miles per hour in some of the storms near Cuba. So it remains a 40 mile per hour system, but it is not yet a named tropical storm. The National Hurricane Center does expect it, and you can see it spinning around there. There's some high clouds from storms to the east of the elongated center, and some low-level circulation that you can see exposed in what we call the cumulus field. That's the low puffy clouds that are near the surface that are circulating around that elongated low pressure system. But I do want to show you something. There are thunderstorms along with this system. This is lightning being detected from the GOES satellite. It's orbiting at 22,300 miles up in space in a geosynchronous orbit. But the Global Lightning Mapper, the GLM sensor, is picking up a lot of lightning activity. You can see that. So you can also see some of those storms heading for South Florida. When you see tropical activity with lightning, that means some very heavy downpours are headed for South Florida, which is why there is a tropical storm warning and flash flood watches and things like that going on, because they do not have a whole lot more rain they can take before streets flood. They've had a lot of rain over the last month or so, which has saturated the ground. But you can see that lightning. Now, how I want to distinguish the low clouds from the high clouds that are spinning around this elongated low pressure system is by pulling up what we call the sandwich product. This is merging a couple different satellite products together, and you can see the high clouds that have storms associated with them are bright. They're the orange ones, and the yellow ones, they are some heavy showers and thunderstorms that once again are heading for South Florida. That's what's going to give you the heavy rain tonight into tomorrow, and it's going to be a pretty fast mover as well. Even though the elongated center might move kind of slowly or slower over Florida, that area ahead of it is going to be sheared off and is going to be moving rather quickly too. So you can see the low clouds, the white ones that are circulating at the bottom, close to the surface, only about 5,000 feet up. Looks pretty awesome if you're out there safely observing them. But the ones to the right, those orange ones and yellow ones, they're heavy thunderstorms and causing a lot of flooding rains when they interact with land. Fortunately, right now, a lot of those storms are over open waters, but folks in western Cuba are experiencing flooding rains, as will South Florida a little bit later. So I want to go over to GeoCollaborate here and show you what the forecast track is. Again, I want to emphasize that that cone, and I'm going to zoom in here on that cone, is not a damage path. It's not a damage path. It's actually not very useful in the current form because we're so close to landfall. The cone is very narrow. That means that confidence is high that the center of the storm is going to pass somewhere within that cone. But it has nothing to do with the damage expected or the flooding expected. And so because of that, I do want to, and there's a special marine warning here that's been issued just off the coast of Florida. I've made the base map a little lighter so you can see the tropical storm warnings that are in effect here. And I'll zoom out just a little bit. Sorry about that. That are from basically Kennedy Space Center all the way around, including the Keys, to just south of Tampa, St. Pete. This is St. Petersburg right in here. So tropical storm warnings include Bradenton, Sarasota, Fort Myers, Anna Maria Island, all those areas that are down to the south of Tampa and St. Pete. So you could see winds of 40 miles per hour as this system comes through. Not likely to be very sustained, but what will be a factor is the rainfall. So I'm going to display the Storm Prediction Center or the Weather Prediction Center's forecast for the quantitative precipitation over the next 7 days. And what we're really paying attention to here is the expected rainfall in the next 2 days. And so I'm going to circle this area here. You can see this with my cursor. And that is the area where we could see some very heavy flooding. We could see rainfall rates of 2 to 3, maybe even 4 inches in an hour when this system moves through. And that is going to cause widespread flooding from Lake Okeechobee south. That's going to be a lot of water funneling into all the drainage canals and into Lake Okeechobee and down out into the ocean. So we expect quite a bit of flooding to happen there. So stay tuned to your local broadcast meteorologist if you live in that area for flood advisories. I do not advise anybody to go out and drive around Central and South Florida or South Central Florida this evening or tomorrow because you sometimes never know what's a canal versus what's a road if you have to turn somewhere. But the cutoff is going to be quick. You can see the expected rainfall up in the Tampa area is only 1/10 of an inch of rain. If you go down towards St. Pete, it might be up to an inch. So it's going to be very variable there. But in South Florida, 7 to 9 inches of rain are forecast. Impacts to critical infrastructure. It is possible that you could have some power outages in the area, but the main threat is going to be from flooding. So transportation is going to have some problems with flooded roadways. Pay attention to any roadways that are closed. And we'll certainly be monitoring it here in Sensitive Information Sharing Environment. The Fleet Response Working Group will give you another update tomorrow morning, and we'll be back with more details as well. So that's it. I'll leave you with the satellite picture and the loop of the sandwich products showing where the storms are and where they're headed around this 5 o'clock hour on this Friday. So have a safe weekend, and we'll keep you updated with another GeoCollaborate and Storm Center update tomorrow morning, probably around 8 o'clock or so. So have a good weekend. Thanks so much for watching.